Tonight on News Center, an ESPN host comes to campus. The tennis team is looking for a conference championship. And the SAI budget passes. News Center starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to CUTV News Center for the week of April 18th. I'm Scott Majeski.
And I'm Joy Levere. 2 CalU hockey players were arrested on Tuesday during a drug bust here in California. Brothers Steve and Jesse Powell, who live in what is known as the unofficial hockey house on 2nd Street, were found to be in possession of at least 7 pounds of marijuana. According to the police, the 2 brothers were using the U.S. Postal Service to run a large-scale marijuana operation out of the house where the other hockey players live. The director of sports clubs, Jamison Roth, released a statement that reads, quote, "For now, the hockey team has been suspended indefinitely while we determine the facts." In addition to the university's student code of conduct, the team has its own code of conduct, and we will hold each of our members accountable for any infractions of that code.
Embrace Debate is a Twitter hashtag that may have been used last Friday by some CalU students, as Stephen A. Smith was the keynote speaker at the 8th Annual Hip Hop Conference. Smith, who is most known for his work on ESPN's First Take and as an analyst for ESPN, visited CalU to speak about various topics and provide insight to students. CUTV's own reporter Clinton Logan has more on this story.
The 8th Annual Hip Hop Conference took place here in the Convocation Center last Friday as keynote speaker Stephen A. Smith was invited into California University to talk about topics such as sports, hip hop, and race.
The hip hop industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Clearly understand that that doesn't just mean urban America, it certainly doesn't just mean black America. If white folk were not supportive of the hip-hop industry, it would be a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Along with Stephen A. Smith on the panel was Dr. Boone from Winston-Salem State University. Along with the panel discussion, awards were presented to MLK essay winners, and a Stephen A. Smith impersonation contest was held.
Because I'm appalled that you would be so disrespectful.
The combination of sports, hip-hop, and race, along with Stephen A. Smith's insight, proved to be very successful.
The one angle that we didn't attack it from is, the correlation between the worlds of sport and hip-hop. So I thought Stephen A. would be the perfect person because he stands at that crossroad of, the hip-hop generation and also the sporting world as well. So I thought it would be very good. And the students really responded to his appearance. They were excited about it. So I felt like I had a winner in inviting him here.
There's a lot of intermixing and intertwining between hip-hop and sports and everything like that. You have, one of my favorite artists is 50 Cent. His best friend was Floyd Mayweather's.
The event proved to be a huge success for everyone who attended, and if there's anyone willing to debate the fact, you may just want to ask Stephen A. Smith yourself. Reporting for CUTV News Center, I'm Clinton Logan.
Since the Boston Marathon bombings on Monday, uncertainty has reached our backyard. Multiple bomb scares have been reported in our area since the attacks, with 3 on Wednesday alone. 1 occurred in the North Shore and others occurred in Oakland and Lower Burrell. So far, none of the suspicious packages found in our area have been deemed dangerous. As far as the Boston investigations, 2 suspects have been found through surveillance video, but have yet to be taken into police custody. So far, the Boston blast has claimed the lives of 3 people, and 60 are still in the hospital. Of those 60, 13 of those patients are in critical condition.
On Monday, April 15th, students gathered for the SAI budget meeting at Steele Hall on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. Nominations were given for the next year's SAI cabinet, as well as the issue of approving the SAI budget for the 2013-2014 academic school year. The auditorium was packed with students from all clubs and organizations from CalU. Once the time came, the majority of the students voted to pass the budget, with only a minority opposing. If you're an entomologist, you're going to love this time of the year because the 17-year wait is over. A big brood of cicadas are going to emerge themselves from underground this spring all across the East Coast. Many believe the emergence of the cicadas will be extensive, ranging from the Carolinas all the way up to the Hudson Valley in New York. This brood will be labeled Brood 2, and many entomologists expect the critters to emerge in the southern states in later April, early May, and in the northern states late May and early June. Cicadas are harmless, and they will just be annoying as record numbers are predicted to emerge all around the East Coast, and we will just have to ride out the storm of the cicada.
The Platinum Chef Cookoff heated up the gold rush on Thursday morning. 3 teams of AVI chefs went head-to-head to see who could make the best dish.
The event was great. I loved it. I loved all the different chefs' creations. I think it's really great for the students, faculty, and staff. In picking a university, students, food is very important. So this showcases how good food can be here at CalU.
Yeah, it is really good. And some marinated steak kebab is delicious. Oh my God, the marinade is just great.
This year's fare consisted of pizza rolls, smoked wings, loaded macaroni and cheese, sirloin shish kebab, and scrumptious Oreo cake. A panel of critics assembled to judge each of the dishes. Students also voted for their favorite dish as they left the Gold Rush. To the delight of all CalU students, the chefs had a chance to show off their creativity and food finesse. After some difficult debates, the panel of 4 critics came to a decision.
Well, first off, I want to say all the dishes were amazing and excellent, but there was one dish in particular. It was the wings prepared by Chef Patsy. The Asian barbecue sauce that she made was just the best thing I've ever tasted. Well, from personal perspective, I looked at all the elements, how it was presented, the inspiration behind the dish, and of course the taste.
Although Chef Patsy's win was an upset over the reigning cook-off champion, Chef Mel's smoked Gouda macaroni and cheese won her the people's choice. Well, Scott, man, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of disasters that have been happening to us this week, and it's really sad. And from everybody out here in CUTV, we want to think about those victims.
Oh, it's just been a tough week all across the United States. Starting off with the Boston Marathon earlier this week, and then you have what happens in Waco, Texas, West Texas, last night actually. And you know, it's tough, but and you got all this stuff going on overseas in North Korea, the threats around. It's a little troublesome time we're living in right now.
I hope it gets better pretty soon.
Yeah, and hopefully the weather stays nice as well, and we'll see what Jason DeHota has to say with the weather report next.